It was 2:07 a.m. when the front door creaked open. The sound cut through the stillness of the house, sharper than usual, louder against a quiet hum of the refrigerator. I didn't move. I just lay there, eyes fixed on the ceiling, waiting for the echo of her heels on the wooden floor. When it came, it was slow, deliberate, like she wanted every step to sting. "Jake." Her voice drifted down the hall, slightly slurred, but still carrying that familiar edge of superiority. I didn't answer. I wanted to see how far she'd go, pretending this was normal. The bedroom light flicked on, flooding the room in harsh white. I turned my head just enough to see her, Emma, standing there in a black dress that still clung to the scent of perfume. Alcohol and the faint trace of too many Kellogg. Her lipstick was smudged. Her hair had that messy, styled, on-purpose look. "Don't look at me like that," she said, half smiling. "It was just a girls' night." I sat up slowly, elbows on my knees. "You said you'd be home by 11. She tossed her purse onto the chair, shrugging. "Oh, come on, Jake, don't start. It's Saturday. We were having fun. You wouldn't get it. You never do." Her tone wasn't offensive. It was smug, like she was proud of herself for staying out this late. I studied her face. The glow in her eyes wasn't guilt. It was thrill. "You're drunk," I said quietly. "Tipsy," she corrected with a laugh. "And before you ask, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Unless you think being noticed counts as a crime." That line sat between us like a blade. "Being noticed," I repeated. She grinned, slipped off her heels, and let them drop. "You know what it's like to walk into a room and feel eyes on you? Compliments, free drinks. People want your attention. It's nice, and you're telling me this because—" I asked. She rolled her eyes. "Oh, stop acting wounded. I'm just being honest. Maybe if you paid attention once in a while, I wouldn't need strangers to remind me I still look good." That hit harder than I wanted it to. I'd been working 12-hour days for the house she wanted, the car she picked, the trip she planned and never appreciated. I wasn't perfect, but I was there. At least until she made it clear she didn't care. "Emma," I said carefully, "do you even hear yourself?" She scoffed. "You're overreacting again. God, you make everything so dramatic. Can a woman have fun without you turning it into a crime scene?" I stood up, the floor cold under my feet. "You come home at 2 o'clock in the morning bragging about other men, and I'm the one being dramatic?" Her smile slipped for a second, but came back fast. "Oh, don't be insecure. It's not like I cheated." "In your mind, maybe not," I said. "But I think you left this marriage hours ago, long before tonight." "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means," I said, walking past her toward the living room, "you care more about being admired than being loved." For a second, I thought she might follow, maybe apologize, say anything. Instead, I heard the faint click of her phone unlocking, followed by her soft, detached laugh. She was scrolling through photos of herself of the night, of everything she wanted me to envy. I stood by the front door, hand on the knob. That's when it hit me. This wasn't a fight worth having anymore. I leaned against the frame, just listening. The low hum of the fridge, the ticking clock, her shallow voice floating through the air. "Yeah, they couldn't stop staring," she giggled. "I told you this dress still works?" I closed my eyes, not in anger, just realization. That laughter didn't belong here anymore. When she noticed I hadn't returned, she called out, "Jake, are you sulking again?" I walked back in, calm. "No, just thinking how strange it is. You crave attention from strangers, but can't stand it when your husband gives it to you." She frowned, setting her phone down. "You're twisting things again. I just want to feel alive. You're always working, always tired. I miss excitement." "Excitement," I repeated. "That's what you call validation from other men?" She stood, hands on her hips. "I'm not apologizing for wanting to feel good about myself. Every woman wants to feel desired. I desired you," I said quietly, "every day until you made me feel stupid for it." The silence that followed was thick, uneasy. She looked away first. "You're being unfair." "Maybe," I said, "but so are you. Acting like marriage is a cage when you're the one who locked the door. She gave a short, brittle laugh. What's that supposed to mean? You're not seriously mad about tonight. I'm not mad, I said. And this time, I meant it. I'm done. Her expression shifted confusion, then panic, then arrogance again. Done with what exactly? With this, I gestured around us. They're pretending. They're waiting for you to care. The hope that if I try harder, you'll remember how to love me. Come on, she snapped. You're not walking away over one night. One night, I said. It's been a year of nights like this. Not with bars and drinks, but with silence, distance, and that empty look every time I try to talk to you. She opened her mouth, then shut it again. For once, she had nothing to say. I picked up her purse from the chair, the one she tossed hours ago, and handed it to her. Jake, what are you doing? What I should have done long ago, I said. Showing you the door. Her face twisted, shock giving way to anger. You can't be serious. This is our house. No, I said softly. It was ours until you started treating it like a hotel. She searched my face for hesitation. There wasn't any. You're really throwing away 10 years, she asked. You threw them away, I said, when attention from strangers became more valuable than respect for me. She stood there for a long time, barefoot, clutching her shoes. Then she laughed again, but the sound was thin, shaky. Fine, you'll come crawling back once you realize how lonely it is without me. Maybe, I said, but at least I'll have peace. I opened the door. The night air swept in cold, honest, real. She hesitated, waiting for me to stop her. I didn't. She stepped out, muttering something I didn't bother to catch. When the door clicked shut, it wasn't satisfying. It was quiet, still, free. I looked around the room, the half-empty glass of wine, the fading perfume, the remnants of a life that had already ended long before tonight. For the first time in months, I sat on the edge of the bed and felt nothing but calm. Not rage, not heartbreak, just peace. The kind that comes when you finally choose yourself. And somewhere out there, maybe hours later, she'd realized the truth. The attention she'd chased so desperately meant nothing once the door closed behind her. Because what she lost tonight wasn't admiration from strangers. It was a man who had loved her completely, right up until she taught him not.